Not enough to say we've got a quorum here. You ready on your end, Jane?
Yes.
All right, so welcome everybody. Whoever that everybody is, there's some folks that we can't tell for sure, but call to order for 3:04. And if you would, try to mute your phone unless we're looking for a response for something. That way we don't have a lot of background noise. Diane, I understood you wanted to offer some comment. You want to go first?
I sure will. First and foremost, it's good to see everybody, or at least see your names if you're not on camera. And I hope everybody is doing okay and your families are all well. I know you've heard me talk about sustainability and resiliency over the last year, especially when it comes to the need to support local agriculture. Every day now, we're seeing news stories about our increasingly fragile food supply and distribution problems. I haven't been to a grocery store, so I can't tell you what they look like here, but I understand it's not a pretty sight. So there's just never been a better time to support, for you all to sit down with our local producers and figure out what it will take to support them so that they can feed us in the coming months and years. I think this is probably going to be more of a regional task, not just a local one, maybe the whole Eastern Panhandle. But I hope you guys can take the lead in doing something on local food. I wanted to thank Lynn and Jane for getting so much information out to local businesses. But I'm sure many of you have already heard that the town run in Shepherdstown is going under. It is not going to survive this. So we need to focus on local businesses and what we can do to support them. And on the strategic planning exercise, I hope that you guys will really think outside the box. I've been reading a lot of pretty far out things about what we can expect coming out of this. And there are going to be, I think, some major structural changes. I hope that the strategic planning exercise will start looking at some of those things and take into account that we're probably not going to come out of this and go back to business as usual. So anyway, I'm here to give any help and volunteer help that I can. So I'll just sit here and listen for the rest of the meeting, and good luck to you guys. It's not an easy task these days.
Great, thanks. Jane, did we have anybody else that signed up ahead?
Regina Hendricks here. I'm just listening in. I don't know why my camera doesn't work.
All righty, well, thanks for listening in. All right, we've got minutes from the March 17 meeting that got distributed with the packet. Anybody got comments or any corrections there?
I make a motion they be approved as provided.
Thanks, Sean.
This is Patsy. I second it.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 You got to wait a long time for ayes on these meetings. So motion's approved there. There is another route to go for motions. Robert's Rules allows you to ask if there are any people not in favor or go the other direction, and that would hopefully reduce the number of responses. So if I can remember to do that going forward, I will. So, all right, minutes are approved. Chris, you ready for a treasurer report?
Yes, it's going to sound eerily like the one we had a couple of days ago for the executive committee because the documents are the same. The balance sheet as of March 31 shows a savings and checking balance of $809,048. Total assets and liabilities $9,638,333.91. Expenses on the P&L for March 2020, we show income of $29,516.63 and expenses of $39,933.64. That's a net loss of $10,417.01. But in the balance, I'm sorry, in the P&L, if you look at expense number 6265, professional services, we did have a $7,945 payment. That was for Next Move Group. And for expense account 6270, more legal fees, $2,127.50. That was, Jane, I can't remember who that was for. I'm sorry. The legal fees, was that our normal, or was that someone from outside of the system normally?
I believe that was CART.
That was part.
Was it CART?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much. And that's the report.
So, Chris, it looks like between those two, we're pretty much looking at almost all of that 10,000 net
overage,
loss
yeah.
is really in those two. So we're really talking about that hangover on the legal fees, and then the
An extraordinary service for the professional services for Next Move, yeah.
right, which is the progress on our executive director search.
Correct. So
Great.
we're dangerously close to break even for the month.
Great. Thank you, Chris.
Yep, sure.
Very few businesses that can claim that at this point in the year.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, indeed.
All right, we can accept that report into the record. So thanks for that, Chris.
You're welcome.
Before we get any further, let's see, Julia, since you just spoke up, I guess this is your last official meeting on the board, but you've got one more that we're going to make sure you are there for, right? Because we've got Friday to go yet. So what we've started, you're going to finish with us, right?
Yes. Yeah. And Lynn and Michelle and I are all in communication on how to make sure that I'm not going to cut the cord just like that. Don't worry. I definitely want to make sure I support you guys how you need as we transition forward. So.
Well, thank you. I know that at least on the call right now, I guess it's just you and me, since I don't see Gary. It's just you and I that were left over from the before board.
Yeah. Neil, you're going to break my heart.
I need Gary. I need Gary. If you're going to leave me, I need Gary. Somebody's got to stick around with me. Well, thanks for the 3 years you've been on. I know
It's been an adventure.
We've been through a bunch together, and this group's going to probably go through a bunch more together, but hopefully nothing like what you and I've had to weather. So thanks for sticking with us and the contributions you made over the time we've been together here.
Well, I'm really proud of everybody that is part of it right now, and really, really enthusiastic about what is happening, the people that are getting involved, the conversations that are happening. I know I've said this many times before. I'm really excited for the things that are happening, and I really believe in you guys.
Thanks. I'm sure we'll be hanging out there on a few things for a while here. So as you said, the apron strings aren't cut entirely. We're just gnawing away at them, I guess. All right. So on that line of thought, I heard you talking to Dara. So I guess, Dara, are you still out there somewhere? I don't see your picture. There you are. There we go. So welcome to you. I guess the commission gave you the nod recently, and by the end of the month or so, maybe we can get you in to get you sworn in at the county offices. And then glad you're able to be here today and kind of listen in, see how our meetings have been going recently. Not so much our normal meetings, but this is what they've been like in the recent couple of months. And we'll get things maybe a little bit back to a closer to normal pathway for our meeting by the time May rolls around. We'll see how that goes, but welcome. And Jane, I haven't seen Jason yet. Was he on? Did you see him hop on anytime?
Let me check his number.
I'm here, sir.
Hey,
I'm
great.
here.
All right. Hey, Jason. So last time we could see your number, but we couldn't hear you. So hopefully you were hearing us. I don't know whether that.
I have Zoom issues. Every time I try to use Zoom, I uninstall it, try to reinstall it, so I just called this time.
All right. Well, good. So were you able to hear us last time?
Bits and pieces. It was breaking in and out.
Okay. Well, we'll hope to keep you on the whole time this time. So welcome to you. All right. All right. We'll hop down now to committee reports. So executive committee, I guess I can start off with that. We've got the executive director candidates that came in originally through Next Move Group. I think we had 7 originally, got it down to 5. We did interviews with the 5 via Zoom. And of the 5, the exec committee has narrowed that down to 2. And we have 2 remaining candidates that we plan to do a follow-up interview with the whole board on Friday. So hopefully everybody got the notice of that. We'll do that this coming Friday via Zoom as well. So excited about what that brings us to, and hopefully we'll be able to get to a decision after the rest of the board gets to see these folks. You should either already have or soon be getting their resumes. Both these folks are involved in economic development and have been for quite a while. And looking forward to getting the rest of the board in front of them on Friday. I don't know if anybody else that's on the exec committee wants to add in there what you've, any impressions you've had thus far? Not all at once.
No, I think that both of those guys, both of those fellows are strong candidates. It's going to be an interesting decision. I'm anxious to see how they perform and do their presentation on Friday. I'm really anxious to hear how the rest of the board members feel about them. But I think we've got good folks that are both have strong backgrounds, and it'll be an interesting day, that's for sure.
Yeah, and thanks, Chris. And I should have mentioned we're going to try to not use their names here since it's still a confidential matter for them at their current employment. So, but yeah, others that want to comment?
This is Patsy, and I agree with Chris. I think, you know, I think they're both very strong candidates, and look forward to learning what the board thinks about them as well.
So our hope is to Friday, put them both in front of you for a short amount of time for them to tell you a little something, and then give you all some opportunity to ask questions of them. And then after they've both gotten through some time with us, then we'd love to get to a point of making a recommendation and sending that on to the commission to deal with. So that's our intention, and we'll hope to provide you with enough on Friday for us to get to that point, and we'll have some time afterwards if we need to discuss things. But for the most part, it's a short presentation, a time for Q&A, and then try to close up the meeting and move on. So anyone else? Final comments there on executive committee or executive director search? Lynn, Jane?
Speaking of timing, Neil, for the other board members, I think just to give some perspective, I think most of us are in the vein that July 1st, or certainly because of the criteria that the county commission has laid forth, we definitely will not be starting anybody before July 1st. But early July is kind of what most of us are anticipating. We'll obviously find that out more about that once we actually have a confirmed candidate. But just to kind of give a sense of the timeline for start dates.
Right, and we're looking at July 6th, like you said, if we can, because that's beginning of a pay period, or at least of a week. So you're right, we'll make the recommendation, see, as you said, Julia, how this cycles through you know, it's obviously got to go to a commission meeting, and then we got to finalize things with the candidates. So we're excited that we've gotten this far. I guess a little bit more descriptor. We spent I guess about 45 minutes with all 5 candidates, 45 minutes each. And then last time we were down to the 2, we spent, what, hour and 15?
Hour and 15, I
20,
think.
something like that. So pretty good contact time here. And I'm sure there are questions we haven't asked these folks, but I can't think there are any meaningful ones that we haven't gotten to that at least give us a sense of what they're able to vocalize as to their intent. So we feel like we've gotten 2 solid folks to put in front of the full board, and excited about you guys getting to lay eyes on them and see if we've missed anything. Anyone else?
Just to let you know, I did send the resumes and the executive committee's comments just a few minutes prior to the start of this meeting, so everyone should have it.
Great. Thanks, Lynn. All right, Bob, how about ag?
Okay, we have not met this month, but I have asked Gene if I could try to get one scheduled for next Wednesday, the 29th, or Thursday, if Wednesday is not possible. And I want to have a discussion of what projects the committee thinks would be of value to recommend upwards for a JCDA sponsored type project in the agricultural world. So we've got stuff of now. I think we need to focus down on what we can handle and put priority on it. So that's my intention, and forward to. And also, I caught Dara's. The other one was Jason.
Yeah.
What was the new member? Okay, just wanted to invite them both to. When they get signed in and everything, the ag committee is looking for a top-notch member, and we'll give you donuts or something. Please come to our meeting. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Bob. And we had good discussion with both of these 2 finalists on some ag issues. So just teasing the rest of the group here, there should be some conversation about ag during either presentation or Q&A time, let's hope. James, anything on business development, or Patsy, business development and marketing?
We do have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock with the Business Development and Marketing Committee. We are still looking for ideas regarding ways to raise revenue for the Development Authority, and look forward to having that discussion tomorrow. I did have a conversation with Bill Clark of Region 9, and I expect he'll be joining us in the meeting.
Great.
Look forward to that.
Good.
Yep.
Likewise on that topic, some good discussion with these candidates on revenue streams. So just throwing all kind of teasers out there for board members that haven't heard from these 2 candidates. You should pump them for answers. We've tried to prep them well on things that we believe are current on our list. There's Miss Christie. I didn't see you before. Hey there.
Yeah, I'm on my boyfriend's phone because mine can't begin to get out to you guys.
All right, good. We got you then. James, government.
Oh, hey, so just Governmental and Legislative Affairs Committee had a conversation this month. We didn't have enough to have a quorum, so we took the time to talk through some issues, and are continuing the work that we've been focusing on in terms of outreach to the municipal leaders. And also, we've talked about doing what we could to help share information about small supports for small businesses. And I was involved in a call at Shepherdstown with Shepherdstown small businesses and Matt from the SBDC earlier on during this emergency, and that seemed to be pretty well received. But the committee then also planned to have another call like that for Ranson. And by the time that grant came around, sort of the federal small business supports kind of stalled out. So I've heard that there's new legislation in the works right now, so maybe we'll get back into that once we have the details of what's new with the new funding that's coming up. So that's where we are. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Strategic planning. Julia, do you get the honors for the last time around, or is that Michelle?
I can't hear you, Michelle. You're muted, I think. Oh.
Looks like you might.
Okay, so I guess it is me. All right.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Please go ahead. You were talking.
Oh, no, Julia, I was going to let you go, but I wanted to use this opportunity to thank you so much for being my co-chair on this committee. I don't know what I would have done without you, and I know I arm twisted you a little bit. I really thought that coming into this role in strategic planning, having some history and deep knowledge about the community and real thoughtfulness about what the possibilities could hold for the JCDA would be so important. And you filled all those roles, and I've learned so much from you. So thank you so much for sharing this with me. And please, you do the report.
Well, so please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure that I'm going to miss something. But our last meeting was March 9th, and we don't have one for April. We haven't scheduled one yet with May, but for May. But I do know that we are still kind of keeping, certainly our future plans in order. We're still earmarking our May dates, hopefully doing some sort of board retreat. James has been incredibly kind in doing a lot of the legwork for the board retreat. You did, James. Michelle has offered her barn, so we're probably going to go that route so that once all of the kind of chaos breaks and we are able to meet in person, we can still host that if we want to, or we can do it virtually. We're all becoming incredibly adept on virtual methods now, so we could certainly do that. But Capacity Partners has talked to Next Move Group for background information. They I believe have interviewed all of the JCDA staff. I'm not sure how that will proceed for our new members, Jason and Dara, but we'll probably want to include them in that as well. Capacity Partners has updated the work plan, and currently they're in the process of having interviews and reaching out to those top 20, really it's more like 25, 26 interviewees that we provided to them. That was a kind of big broad list of folks, and I believe that Lynn sent that out through some previous emails and reporting. So that's kind of the big piece that they're really working on right now, and then we're going to be looking forward to setting those next dates whenever that will be, where we can figure out what our next steps are. And they have been working with the Berkeley County Development Authority and the Morgan County Economic Development to do some benchmarking with them too, as from a regional strategic planning approach. So Michelle, if you want to pop in and add anything to that, please do.
No, I think that was great, unless anyone has any questions.
I would just add the comment that both these finalists are very interested in being a part of the strategic planning. So we've spent a good bit of time talking to both these folks about strategic planning. They're excited that it's not done and fully cooked. They're happy to participate in it. So I think it's, whether it's fortuitous timing or what you want to attribute it to, both these finalists for the executive director role are excited to get in on the strategic planning. Chris, anything else to say about budget and finance?
No, we haven't had a meeting this month. We will have one next month, but, you know, sort of quietly rolling along. Nothing to report at this time.
Quietly rolling along at a break even.
Yes, at a break even.
All right, and I think that's it for committees. Unfinished business, we've got some legal updates, and I think, Lynn, you're going to be able to do those.
Yes, the only update that we have is that on the Environmental Quality Board appeal, we have received notification from the West Virginia DEP that the permit has been closed on the case. So our attorney will find out if, well, the appeal date is May 14th and 15th. He plans to file a motion to have it dismissed since the permit has been closed.
All right, any questions for Lynn on that? The other two, nothing new. And did you get anything on 6B, Lynn, from Matt?
He should be on the line.
Matt, you on?
I'm on.
Great. What are you hearing from anybody that you're talking to about challenges or help that might be on the way for businesses through this pandemic?
Well, guys, it's all sunshine and happiness. So, no, not to make light. It's just requires a sense of humor these days. So the initial rollout, though it was a little, it had some challenges at first with economic disaster protection. I feel it was a huge success until they ran out of money on I guess Wednesday or Thursday night last week, and it all came to a stop. I was able to get statistics for Jefferson County, but the Panhandle was one of the leading areas of people taking advantage of the program. As mentioned, we did do a call to the merchants in Shepherdstown. Tony, the city manager, was in Ranson, had also some invites, or was sending out invites this week by mail to try to set some things up through City Hall as well. But as far as what we really need, which is Congress to refund this program, there's no official word. So SBA's official response is they don't know of any imminent legislation, but you know, talking with the senatorial offices, they are pushing through. There's just going to be a lot of haggling about what goes in that package and take advantage of it. They're probably going to try to firm up the requirements to exclude some long time, and that will probably delay it by a few days. But the hope is that I don't think we're going to see anything rolled out this week, but maybe there could be this week or this week, and can make an announcement next week about the next round of funding. I think if we could easily go through several more rounds of funding nationwide like we did. So good news out there is banks have bent over backwards to modify loan payments. They did receive some assistance through the Treasury, so the banks just can't afford to, but people are receiving a lot of leeway from banks on making payments on their loans or deferring them or going to interest only during this time. So that's been good news. While there has not been a moratorium on evictions in the state, since courts aren't open legally, you can't evict someone to help people out. But really, to have the tool we need is going to require them to pass another round of funding. So please, I've sent several emails to all the representatives urging them. I'd ask if you guys have the time to do the same, because we really don't have any other options. Some of the businesses that have failed or are failing, it's not to say that things were great before this happened, but the longer this goes, we're going to start seeing businesses that were pretty healthy or in very good shape start to fall into bad at risk or in trouble category. So please ask congressional and Senate representatives to pass something sooner than later, because anything is going to be better than nothing at this point. But getting a lot of calls, sometimes it's just emotional support, because there's not a whole lot, but there's been a ton of creativity in the small business community to keep operating, if you only on a limited basis. And I think they've been, as a group, remarkably resilient and creative to keep operating where they can. So I think if we can get a little bit of listening for some business help, but really without a cash injection, others just can't avoid the social distancing guidelines. It's gonna. Sorry for that rambling, upbeat presentation, but I will be in touch with Lynn and Jane and any others, James Gatz, anybody else that would like me to contact you directly as soon as you know something is coming back down the pipe. In the meantime, please give my information to anyone you talk to.
Thanks, Matt.
That's a question.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
Matt, do you have an idea of the businesses that actually were able to submit an application for the emergency loans, or the paycheck protection ones, I guess? Do you have an idea, the ones that were approved, how long did it take them to get their loans?
People are still the approvals. When we had that call the other day, I had not had anyone receive an official approval, and they started trickling in after that. Talking with Mary Hott, we have about 32 people, or as of this morning, that had received some sort of confirmation for SBA, didn't know the exact dollar amount. And those were people that got it in right away when the program in that first week. It seems that they're accelerating the approvals now because they're not getting new loans. So it has picked up the last couple of days since the program closed the new applications. That might be the only silver lining. But as of this morning, we know 32 people have received an approval, but I don't know what that translates to yet in dollar amount. We have a list of, probably about 140 to 50 people we know have applied for the economic disaster injury loan that we had actually spoken with or worked with on. And there's far, far more people that took advantage of the payroll protection loan because they had, they went through their local banks, and that provided quite a, acceleration ability to buy. So we're keep finding out. For the most part, though, we know of a handful of people that were denied so far, and most of those were not ineligibility reasons; they were application reasons, or they had filled out the application incorrectly. 2 of those were able to reapply. A third person found out after the program was closed, so we're hoping that they can resubmit once it reopens if it does.
Thanks, Matt.
Other questions?
Matt, this is Bob Gillette. I wanted to, you probably know this, but my wife had applied one of the EIDLs, and she found out today that you do not have to reapply. I know there was some confusion about that. In other words, if they go ahead and pass the notice today or tomorrow, whatever, no need to go through that again.
It'll probably, if you had already submitted, yes, you'd receive rejection letter stating or email stating, the reason, then you would have to reapply. But if you already had your application in the pipeline and it didn't make the cutoff, then no, you don't do the thing.
Makes sense.
Okay. Patsy, do we have anything additional to add to the revenue notification, or is that kind of pending tomorrow's discussion?
I think it is probably pending tomorrow's discussion with Bill. He has some good ideas, and because we have so many opportunity zones in Jefferson County, he feels like there are several possibilities that exist, and I asked him to join us to help explain those on the telephone tomorrow, and basically that of course it's all opportunity zones are based on income levels, so he was kind of surprised that we have so many opportunity zones in Jefferson County, but he said it makes funding entities a lot more interested, and so he said he thinks that there are some possibilities that we could take a look at, and he's going to outline those for us tomorrow as best he can, and give us some information on what he knows about that.
Okay. All right. New business. We've got committee appointments. So, Jason, you still on the call?
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
All righty. So, being the Ranson rep, the historical pathway here is that you automatically get put onto the Governmental and Legislative Affairs Committee, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that makes sense. I talked to Lynn about that when she did my little orientation a few weeks ago, and it makes a lot of sense for the municipality representatives to be on that committee.
Now, I wouldn't want to take you away from also joining the Ag Committee, since I see Bob sitting there smiling at us. So if you have any interest in Ag, that would be another committee that you might want to find a home on.
Bob's got donuts.
Let me see how the first one goes, and we'll see after that how it works out.
All right. And Dara, we can hit you up when you are officially sworn in if you want to jump onto one or another. Anybody else that wants to help Bob out on Ag? All right, so we got one more spot that's open. Since Greg, you're off strategic planning now. Who wants to jump on for Greg, or is anyone?
Neil, can I just say, I think maybe after we get the executive director in place, I think maybe there will be quite as many meetings, and maybe things might settle down a little bit, because there have been a lot of extra meetings between the strategic plan and the and appointing or finding a new executive director. I think everybody's been super busy. So maybe after that's done, we'll be more inclined to maybe feel like we have some time to open up to another committee.
Good, and likewise by then maybe we're meeting in person. We can twist some arms.
Right.
I don't know how you twist an arm from 6 feet away, but we'll figure it out.
I'll tell you this, talking about donuts and offering donuts physically is far more impactful. I'm just saying.
Bob's got it down. He's been through the recruitment 101.
There you go.
All right, item 7B, we need a nominating committee. And I've talked to 3 of our members to see if they'd be willing to serve. So Patsy, if I'm under a good recollection, you're willing to chair a nominating committee for our officers that would begin in July.
Yes, I am.
All right, and Amanda and Greg, you were willing to work with Patsy and try to get us a slate of folks to begin the new fiscal year with. Is that right?
That's correct. I'm
And I'll be contacting you probably within the next few days to discuss that. It probably will just take one meeting.
Great.
Yeah.
Give me a call anytime. Let me know what I need to do. I'm more than willing to serve.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, you guys. That's a that's a May meeting slate with generally the election, I believe, in June for starting office in July. So we got a month to get a slate together, then we take nominations from the floor, and then have our election.
We'll get it done.
All righty, and then Lynn, looks like we're up to number 8 for you.
Okay, I just have a few quick things. An update on Lot 32, which is Devil's Due Distillery. The press release went out on that, and there was a article in the Spirit last week. We've also been contacted by the Journal. They plan to also do an article. Lot 145, the quitclaim deed has been prepared and been sent to the Department of Highways for them to sign off on. As soon as we get that back, we'll be ready to go to closing finally on that lot. Lot 13 and 14, we're working on finalizing the sale agreement. Our attorney has reviewed it, made a few suggestions, and have sent it back, and we hope to get it back ready to sign within a week or so. We have nothing new to report on prospects at this time. And I think that's all I have right now.
Well, you know, that we've got activity still going on is a testament to some of the work that we put in earlier on. So thanks for getting some things either over the finish line or up to the line. We're close to the line on a couple of them. So that's along with a break-even month.
It does take a while. For instance, the sale for lot 13 and 14, which was a different lot to begin with, we first started working with that last June. So it's probably going to take close to a year to get that wrapped up.
All right, any questions for Lynn? All right, we're up to member comments. Open table. Anyone?
I just have a few things, Neil. First off, I want to start with Julia. Thank you for all your hard work and tutelage over the last 3 years. You've been a wonderful asset to the group, and wish you all the best and all your health, and feel free to come back. Staff, Jane, Lynn, thank you for everything you guys have been doing. I can't imagine the stress load you guys are under without anybody being able to come in and like talk things through with you or help you out if they did. And board members, thank you for everything you guys are doing during this really difficult time, especially those parents that also have become teachers. Having a grandchild at the house, I completely empathize with the workload and the load on your bandwidth that it entails. So, and community members, thank you for continued interest in the group and continued support. That's all I have.
Thanks, Sean. Others?
I would like to thank Julia also for her dedication and her continuing to remain on the board through the end of her term. I think, you know, we all know what a difficult times the previous board members and the current board members have had in the transition. It's been a very smooth transition, but I know there have been some difficult times in the past. And I think if you weren't directly involved with that, you really don't realize just what it was like. So thank you all. And to Neil too, because he was also a part of that. And thanks to all of the board members for hanging in there and getting us to the point where we are. I think it's been, it's a great group of people. We have some dedicated, loyal people that really want to see Jefferson County all it can be. And I just want to thank you all for all the work that you've done. And Lynn and Jane, I don't even know what to say to you all. You have kept this ship rolling, even though we haven't been able to be there in person to offer you any assistance. So I just want to say thank you. I'm very grateful to both of you for all the work that you've done to keep things moving in a positive direction also. That's all I have.
Thanks, Betsy.
I have one thing I'd like to say. It would be really great if everybody could respond to the meeting invitations, either accept them by the calendar or just shoot me an email back and let me know that you're going to attend. Gotten a little lax about that lately. So just a reminder. Thanks.
Yeah, I think, you know, walking in the door is a response, but when we're not walking in the door and we're just meeting this way, doesn't help you a whole lot for who is out there. All right, anybody else? All right, we have a regular meeting May 19th, and we have our special meeting this Friday at 3. Only topic on the meeting on Friday is essentially the interview, so we'll hopefully not be terribly long with that one, and then the upcoming committee meetings. So you know, the next month could be quite different than the past month. Coming from the healthcare side of this discussion, I would tell you that there is no old. Everything is new. Wherever we're headed is not back where we were. So it's a testament to the group that we're carrying on business and keeping on plugging away here. Whatever we do going forward here is going to be a different version than what we've had. So, you know, the governor's made some comments. President's made some comments. Other states have taken some direction. But the reality is that this coronavirus and the sequelae that have come from it are not going away. There will be a component of it out there for quite some time, even if and when a vaccine gets developed. So I think it's good that we're learning our new practices, because we're going to see a lot more of this kind of thing as we move forward, and learning how more effective we can be in a teleconnected world. So we're doing well with what we've got, and I think you know, Jane and Lynn have figured out how to host these for us and get us all together. We've had a few of these, and it's certainly been a world of assistance with the executive director search. We would not be presenting 2 finalists to you were we not able to interview them remotely. So we are taking advantage of some of the technology we've got, and I'm excited that we haven't just like gone into a black hole here and not been able to move business along. So any other comments from folks?
Still on that call.
Thank you, everyone. 3:53. What in the world are we doing? 50 minutes for a meeting?
I think that's
Oh,
a record, Neil.
goodness,
Certainly a
excellent.
record this year.
Wow.
Stay
Need a
safe.
motion to adjourn?
I believe that's what Christy just said. Who's going to second her?
Second,
Was that Sean?
yes, sir.
All right. I guess we're all approved. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Be safe and
everyone.
stay well.
See you this
Bye.
Friday.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.